This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Our top story, Hurricane Maria continues to head towards Puerto Rico at this hour.
Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with the latest track on these storms in the first polar forecast.
Thanks, Jacqueline. I'll tell you, we are looking at this system gaining strength. The top winds now back up to 165 miles an hour. A dangerous, extremely dangerous Category 5 storm, and reconnaissance aircraft indicates that the pressure continues to drop. It's at its lowest point right now, 916 millibars, and expected to even drop even more so. This could become another monster with 170, maybe 180 mile-an-hour winds over the next 6 to 12 hours as it makes its way toward the U.S. Virgin Islands and then toward Puerto Rico in time. The eye itself is becoming more defined. It's looking very symmetrical, and look at that outer ring there, the darker red that you see right there. That could be the beginning of a secondary eye wall, but it's too far out to make a change. This is going to make a landfall as a Category 5 storm into, as I said, St. Croix as well as into Puerto Rico beginning late tonight, but more so Wednesday morning and then midday Wednesday into Puerto Rico. This system is more impressive, I think, in some points as far as the eye goes than Irma was at this same location, basically. It's in the northeastern portion of the Caribbean. The water temperatures are extremely warm there, and unfortunately, the winds continue to go up. It's 165. It had gone down just to Category 4 status earlier, and I just noticed the latest 6 p.m. update now has it at 913 millibars. That's a couple of millibar drop in just the last hour. So as the pressure lowers, the wind speed picks up about an hour or two later. So look for this to be a healthier storm, I suspect, at 8 o'clock or 11 o'clock tonight, with winds up to possibly 180 miles an hour. And unfortunately, right in the path of the center line of this cone of uncertainty is Puerto Rico, right there near San Juan. And also St. Croix looks to take a direct hit from this monster storm. And then as it heads off to the northwest, eventually the high pressure that's driving it weakens. And that's good news for us and the Bahamas as it shifts eastward even more so now. And then eventually weakens down to a 2, but still a very dangerous, extremely dangerous Category 5 hurricane set to make landfall into Puerto Rico. More in the tropics coming up in a little bit. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. The Venice Fishing Pier remains closed this evening after inspectors found the structure sustained major damage during Hurricane Irma.
Now we're learning it may be some time until the pier reopens to the public. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us live in Venice with more tonight. Christopher?
Good evening, guys. Today we learned that the decking on the pier has shifted, some of it 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and the railings at the end are loose.
We love to walk out on the pier, and it's very sad that we don't have that opportunity to do that now.
It may be a long while before Craig Schwartzbach gets to walk back out onto the pier. It sustained damage when Hurricane Irma battered the west coast.
I think it really would be helpful if they could reconstruct it and put it back into what I call pristine condition.
To get it open again, the city may have to rebuild it. A structural engineer surveyed it this Monday. Tuesday, he presented his findings.
The excessive amount of wind and rain causes the stringers, which are the wood decking under the decking, which is made of composite material, to expand and contract as they get wet and dry and wet and dry.
Some of the decking has shifted or lowered at least 1.5 inches. The railings at the end of the pier are loose and have about 2 inches of play in them. But it may not all be bad news. At this moment, it doesn't appear that the concrete pilings have any damage. A diver will be hired to make sure.
So many people count on this pier to have a place to go to enjoy the ocean and enjoy fishing.
It's possible that part of the pier could be reopened in a few weeks. The walk out to the bait shop appears to be okay.
We're hoping to get at least to the bait shop open, but I wouldn't anticipate the end of the pier opening until we can have a contractor come in and do that board replacement.
And that may be a while. The city council will be the ones that have to make the final decision on what to do. It is entirely possible that the pier, the whole pier, may not be reopened until next year. They just don't know yet. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Christopher. New details tonight as well on the Atlanta Braves in Northport. The Northport City Commission approving the final development agreement for the new training facility where the Atlanta Braves will hold spring training starting in 2019. The vote was 3 in favor, 2 not in favor, so that agreement did pass.
Patients using medical marijuana have been able to get their prescriptions through mail delivery since last year, but for the first time now, they can now pick them up in person. The company called True Leave opening its newest medical marijuana dispensary in Bradenton today. This is the first in Southwest Florida, the only one between St. Petersburg and Miami. Dozens of patients filled the new location near downtown Bradenton today after receiving a prescription from their doctors.
To hear, cancer patients who now can eat again, to hear veterans who suffer from PTSD who now can function on a day-to-day society, it's really, it's hard to put into words how meaningful it really is.
Patients can choose from 46 different products at the dispensary. True Leave offers topical creams, syringes, capsules, and inhalation vaporized products. Patients can get extra guidance during education classes and meetings at this new location on 14th Street West.
A lot of unanswered questions still remain as Suncoast residents look to clean up and rebuild after Hurricane Irma. But now FP&L and FEMA both have teams in town to help provide answers. FPL is staged at Roberts Arena and will be there until every last customer has power again. The company hopes that will be by tomorrow, with only 5% of outages in Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte counties remaining. FEMA teams are also spread throughout Manatee County this week, and today they were at Manatee County Library helping Irma victims register for disaster assistance and checking to see if they qualify.
If people suffered any damages to their home, they should come here. If they suffered any damage to their personal property, we might be able to help them through the Small Business Administration loan. If any people suffered any kind of expenses due to the damage, come here, see if you apply.
Now we have a list of the locations and times where you can find those FEMA representatives on our website. Just head over to mysuncoast.com.
Efforts to improve parking and track concerns in the city of Sarasota got a huge boost from city officials. Commissioners approving a measure to buy new parking garage equipment, as well as finalizing the design for an additional garage. ABC7's Bobeth Yates has a story.
Someone once told me that parking matters, and if you frequent the downtown Sarasota area or St. Armand Circle, that statement couldn't be more true, because finding a spot like this comes few and far between.
Parking is horrendous. I had to park 4 streets over to get over to my nail salon on 1st Street.
It's a complaint that many have heard before, the lack of parking in some of Sarasota's most frequent locations. And Jennifer Allen says the problem is bigger than just a matter of convenience.
I used to own a store with the green awning right here. It was called View Gates, and one of the reasons we closed it down was there was no places for people to park.
The issue has long plagued residents and city officials trying to solve the problem. Among the solutions, the construction of the State Street Garage, which opened summer of 2015. And Monday, city officials approved design changes for an additional garage on St. Armand Circle.
We received approval to continue on the project, so it's very exciting. St. Armand's is going to get a parking garage. It's going to improve the traffic conditions so people will be able to find a place to park instead of circulating around.
Lyon says the data shows about 30% of the cars driving around St. Armand's and downtown Sarasota at any given time are looking for parking, and the additional garages will help to ease that tension. To better track the garage usage, commissioners also approved the purchase of parking revenue and control machines for the State Street Garage. Lyon says the equipment will not only allow people to take a ticket and pay at the end of their stay, but also provide valuable information.
It will actually count traffic and actually determine how long people are in the garages. This is one of the things that we just don't know at this stage.
Officials say they have not yet determined if the State Street Garage will remain free. But free or not, some say finding a parking spot with the garage isn't that bad.
During the day, it really hasn't been a problem, and I also have a parking angel, so I rarely ever have a problem parking.
It shouldn't stop you getting to your destination if you can't park in front of the building.
City officials say they'll continue their work on parking changes in the coming months, but they say their goal is consistent, to make sure that anyone who needs a parking spot can find one. Bobeth Yates, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Yeah, not so bad this time of year, but come tourist season,
just a few more weeks.
It's more and more difficult. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
A committee is being created to tackle hurricane-related issues, what they're hoping to prevent in the future.
Now you can win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just enter the word of the week at mysuncoast.com. This week's word is fall. We'll pick a winner each week. Good luck.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
A committee is being created to tackle hurricane-related issues. The Select Committee on Hurricane Response and Preparedness will fix some of the weak spots that were discovered during and after Hurricane Irma. House Speaker Richard Corcoran announced today that this committee would discuss topics like fuel supplies and protecting seniors in nursing homes.
Gas wasn't readily accessible, and so having a committee that looks at why does a state in the richest country in the world, third largest, why don't we have a significant gas reserve in the central part of the state so that that's not an issue moving forward for our citizens.
The 21-member committee will hold meetings before the 2018 legislative session, which begins in early January.
We've learned a lot from Irma that we hope will help us in the future with another storm.
Certainly.
Bob is up next with your First Alert weather forecast for us here at home and the latest on Maria.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
It's Lincoln Summer Sales Event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-671-4817.
As Hurricane Irma tore through the Suncoast, ABC7 First Alert Weather was here for you, tracking Hurricane Irma on the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app and sending push alert updates on the storm, providing life-saving tips and non-stop coverage on air, online, and on all your digital devices. Plus, we answered thousands of your questions during our Hurricane Helpline. We kept you informed every step of the way. ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you when you need us most.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Well, they launched the new satellite last year, and get a look at this. This is it, the GOES-16, which takes images faster than radar pictures, shows this incredible storm as it makes its way through the northeastern portion of the Caribbean over some very warm water. You can actually see some vortices inside the eye itself as it moves off toward the west-northwest. And unfortunately for the folks in Puerto Rico and the U.S. British Islands, they're going to see a major category catastrophic 5 hurricane that's only getting stronger, it seems, as the pressures have been lowering. Lakewood Ranch webcam, not Lakewood Ranch, this is actually Sarasota Bay Van Wezel webcam showing some clouds out there. Occasionally a shower or two moving on by, but not a lot of rainfall around. A few brief showers are possible. You can see some of that rainfall now just south near Venice and also into Sarasota near, looks like US 41 and Fruitville, and also another one heading towards Siesta Key, now making its way through parts of Bee Ridge and just to the west of I-75. So expect a brief shower through this evening. Not many, as a result of the dry air that's in place right now. And of course, the dry air around to the north of Maria, which could also decrease its intensity as it makes its way through that area. 87 right now, the heat index at 92. And the humidity, not all that high. The dew point temperature in the low 70s. The high today was pretty close to average, and so was the low. And no rainfall to report today. So far for the month, we're over 3.5 inches above average, over 14 inches above average for the year. Tomorrow's forecast calling for a little bit better chance for a few scattered storms and a few thunderstorms in the afternoon on into Wednesday. Better chances arrive on Thursday as the atmosphere starts to moisten up a little bit. We'll see a little bit better chance for those afternoon and evening storms. Well, in the tropics, it looks like, again, Maria is getting better organized. It's looking a little healthier. Now, typically, we look for an eye that small to collapse and a secondary eye wall start to develop. It hasn't happened, and that sometimes weakens the storm, but it doesn't appear that it's going to weaken. This is Jose. Jose is actually helping us keep Maria away from Florida. With it sitting in this position, it's now not allowing the Bermuda High to extend westward and drive that storm into Florida. So with this here, that's a good point. Bad for the northeast coast, causing all sorts of high surf advisories there. Spaghetti models, and all the models are in pretty much agreement that this is going to make a bend toward the north after day 2.5, 3 there. And all of them are pretty much clustered together. No models showing it going toward Florida. In fact, they're starting to pull away from the state. Well, this unbelievable storm continues to march off toward the northwest and looks like it will make landfall. I suspect the winds will go up to 170, possibly 175 as it makes its way toward St. Croix, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and eventually into the eastern portion of Puerto Rico, and then emerges as a 4 and gets beat up a little bit, and then some shear takes it down to a 2 on day 5. Notice that cone of uncertainty well away from the coast of Florida and the Bahamas now, looking a little bit better on this front too. They'll still see some impacts there. 97 in Dallas, 20 degrees cooler in Toronto, 70 nice in Detroit right now. As far as boaters go, winds out of the northeast to north at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet. And a light chop on the bays and in the water. As the water temperature now at 84. UV index will be high tomorrow if you're heading to the beaches. You'll need plenty of sunscreen. There'll be some storms in the afternoon, though. Low tide at 7:49 and another at 7:40 tomorrow morning. Sunset at 7:30. Tonight, partly cloudy, a few showers around. Not a lot of heavy weather, but 74 for a low temperature. And then mostly sunny tomorrow. A few afternoon clouds along with a few scattered storms. A high near 90, and the extended forecast is calling for better chances for scattered storms on Thursday, and then Friday, rain chances at 50%. Fall arrives, too, just after 4. Linda?
Coming up, we'll go behind the scenes with the woman who translates fashion from the runway to the streets of Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
It's Willamania at the Players Center as the Will Rogers Follies takes the stage September 27th. Part homespun humor and part Ziegfeld Follies, this toe-tapping Tony Award musical is the start of our wild Broadway series. So call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You need to catch Willamania.
We were watching ABC7 News.
We kept getting the information we needed along the way, and it did help us prepare.
When they were showing the eye, I started to realize, okay, we better take some precautions.
We were able to look at the My Suncoast app and get the weather updates.
We stayed informed during the storm.
It makes a big difference having the information that you need in a time of stress.
Bob and John Scalzi, both of them. They're my favorites.
It helped a lot to have you guys reporting for us.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Suncoast is known for its beautiful beaches, its dedication to the arts, and for some, its love of fashion.
ABC7's Linda Carson introduces us to an amazing Suncoast woman who uses her love of fashion in parties to help raise money for others.
Heather Dunhill is fashion and beauty editor for Sarasota Magazine.
They let me have free reign over what I write on, who I interview. Like, for instance, I get great interviews with people like Alberta Ferretti, so some classics and icons in the fashion industry, to up-and-coming designers like duo sister designers Lizzie Fortunato.
She's loved fashion since her childhood in upstate New York.
There was a cool underground scene, and it had an alternative kind of punk look, and the girls were really dressing in ways that I loved watching and analyzing, and couldn't wait till I could wear those type of clothes.
She started college right after high school.
Then life happened, and I got blown off track, and I just graduated from the New School in New York City in May.
She came to Sarasota for a gallery opening and loved it.
I moved back within 30 days, found a job with Jack Bennington at Bennington Tobacconist, and I was his marketing director. And then from there, I was an assistant director at an art gallery, and life just evolved from there.
It required her to socialize and go to special events. She made friends and met her husband on a blind date. She joined Sarasota Magazine in 2011 after leaving the Herald Tribune.
I was writing the social column there. I was Marjorie North's successor, and which was great and exciting.
Then Pam Daniel offered her a different job.
From there, Pam offered me a job writing a social column, and I said, no, I think I'm done with that. And she was great, and we started talking about some fashion items, and she turned to me and said, what if you wrote fashion for us?
And her whole life just fell into place.
I found this beautiful place I call home. I found friends that have become my family. My loyalty runs deep to all of them, and I found this amazing man who's, a million times more beautiful on the inside than he is handsome on the outside.
And her life lesson?
Don't cut what you can untie.
You can find the work of this amazing Suncoast woman both in the Sarasota Magazine and online. She'll tell you what the trends for tomorrow are today. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Don't cut what you can't untie.
Very
I like
true.
that.
I like that, yeah.
That's a good one. Well, we're still watching and worried about Maria and its impact on St. Croix,
yeah,
Puerto
St.
Rico.
Croix, yeah, U.S. Virgin Islands. The last time Irma went through the British Virgin Islands, and now the U.S. Virgin Islands, direct hit by this eye, which is only 5 miles in diameter. Wind gusts up to 200 miles an hour right now, and the pressures are dropping, so those could possibly even go higher. If that secondary eye wall were to form, it would weaken somewhat, but it doesn't look like that may happen as it makes its way off toward Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Hit later tonight into tomorrow morning?
Yep, tomorrow morning for Puerto Rico.
Okay. All right, thanks, Tom. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We'll see you again at 11.